That's really loud. So yeah, we're competing with Grant Kirkhope, which he's super cool. Made some of my most favorite music growing up as a kid, and so maybe we'll have some overflow from that after that's done. So yeah, welcome to the panel, guys. Good morning. Hopefully nobody's too hungover from yesterday. I'm blakinola. It's nice to see you, and I have my compatriot here.
I'm crazy Boris. I made such memes as can't killing the zillion and not much else. Can't killing the zillion and not much else.
So we don't have a format here, so we're gonna fucking wing this, and it's gonna be fantastic. And then we'll open it for questions and stuff. So shout outs to people who were here last year, and thanks for you guys showing up. Anyway, so League of Legends, we are a very special group of people for a lot of reasons.
Very special.
It's a love-hate relationship with the game, but I'm really happy to be able to be playing it, and it is the reason that I'm able to make videos for our audiences. It's really great. YouTubing is one of the best things I've ever gotten into, and it's made me meet a wonderful variety of people, from streamers to other YouTubers to people in the gaming industry, and it took me way longer than I thought it would to find my quote-unquote calling in life. So for anyone who doesn't know, I'm 30 years old. I'm kind of old for a YouTuber. I think me and Guido, anyone who, just okay guys, yeah, there you go. Shouts to Guido. We're one of the older YouTubers in the community, so I kind of feel like everyone's father at times when we're, going out drinking. I'm like, these kids should be, yeah, exactly. these kids should be in bed. But I don't feel 30, and doing YouTubing has made me feel young and just carefree. So I'm really happy to be able to do it for everybody. You want to tell us a little bit about your background and how you got started with?
Yeah, shut up, Gramps. I'm 27. I got my whole life ahead of me in the next 3 years. Yeah, I'm whiteinola up in this freaking heck. Okay, I'm probably known for 3 things, if you know me. I made the Cactar and Tonberry movies on Newgrounds back in the day. Orson Trends. I got the Five Nights at Freddy's movies with this guy in them, which blew up overnight. It was weird. And, of course, League of Legends animations, such as Can't Killing the Zillion, Corky Uncoptered. What else have I done? I forget.
You did the Echo and Zillion one.
Echo and the Zilstar. Chrono Squad. Yeah. Season 6, the musical, recently on the League of Legends client, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty dank.
So I thought we could dispel some things about YouTubing, what people might think, and what the reality actually is, depending on what you're doing, especially as an animator. YouTube is not all sunshine and rainbows. I make hundreds of dollars from YouTube. I'm not rolling in dough. I hope to be one day, but currently I'm not really doing it for the money. If I was doing it for the money, I would be in a box down by the river. So hopefully one day I'll be able to quit my full-time job. I do network support for a living. It's a great job. It pays really well, but I'm not happy doing that every day. I would love to wake up in my underwear, play League of Legends, and just make content for people. That's what brings me the most joy in my life. So I'm working towards that very slowly, and I got a whole bunch of money saved up, and soon I will make that plunge and just #YOLO, and we'll see what happens. As cliche as that sounds, YouTube has changed over the years from the main focus being views. I mean, views will always be king, but at the same time, YouTube really cares about a statistic called minutes watched. And if you make content that keeps people on the site, keeps watching, your videos will rank higher than other people's videos. So it really sucks for animators and people who upload very infrequently. It's just like, we don't care about your content. We want people who can shit out content every day, and there's nothing wrong with people who can make daily videos or more consistent videos. It's just the way things work, and it's worked negatively in my favor. I just have to step up and do a better job. How has that affected you with animation?
Speak for yourself. I am swimming in money. I wake up in bathtubs of heroin, Tijuana, Mexico, every weekend. I'll have you know I bought a Game Boy camera on the way here. Gonna take a selfie. Yeah, that's going on Twitter. Those are extinct. I want one. But yeah, here's the thing. If you're doing YouTube animation or content creation solely for the money, that's not, no. It has to be something you love to do. Otherwise, it's not going to be very reassuring if you're spending like a week and a half on a zillion high fives, Jace, whatever my next movie is going to be. My entire channel is just League of Legends characters high fiving and jumping and Eurodance. It's it's definitely a labor of love.
And it's definitely a grind. I've been doing YouTube for like 3.5 years now, and I didn't really start getting popular until just over halfway of that point. Has anybody here ever considered doing YouTube or has a YouTube channel or has thought about doing it? All right, that's cool. That's basically what I felt like. And you all seem younger and have more potential than I do. So if you've ever thought about stepping up and doing a channel, or if there's something stopping you, you really shouldn't let anything stop you. You're at the bottom, so you literally have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So you really shouldn't be scared to put yourself out there. Me being a content creator who is obviously black, I try not to bring focus to that too much. It can make you stand out positively or negatively. Like, does anyone remember when Sky started doing YouTube videos? For a lot of people, there are of course black content creators, but they're not really a common thing. So when Sky started doing it, it was like, oh my God, this is fresh and new and exciting for a lot of people. I certainly thought the same way, and I think that definitely aided in his success. So it can be used as a crutch to ascend you higher. I could throw in a whole bunch of racist jokes and stuff like that. There's the occasional Lucian joke in a video or whatever. And there's nothing wrong with milking that, but I don't want to make race the main focus. It works for some people, it works for other people. So I think it's really important to find something that makes you stand out, because there's a bazillion people doing the same thing that you're doing. There's many people who animate, there are many people who do vlogs, there are many people who do gameplay videos, and there are only a very few amount of people who are able to rise to the top of that and make their content the content to watch. So it's really just iterating and trying new things and not being afraid to fail or have people tell you that you absolutely suck. I get that constantly, and you can't let that get you down. What advice might you have for some aspiring YouTube content creators? Like, what pitfalls to avoid?
The thing I learned more than anything. Okay, if you follow my channel, it's not because of the art or animation. It's because of the jokes, the memes, the hee-hees. It's effort. I've put a lot of effort in videos and had them bomb. Whereas I've been like, we'll have zillion twerking, and it gets like 8 million views. So it's definitely, concept is the biggest portion. In fact, it's more important than the actual animation process than the actual end product as far as visuals. Because if you can make them laugh, then it's all worth it. You can spend days drawing a really good picture of an apple, but it's just an apple in the end.
It's also really important to make content that you have to figure out what you want to cater to. Has anyone heard of Foxtrot? Jungler, yeah. So he's been doing educational content for longer than I've been doing YouTube. I think he's been doing it for about a year longer. I remember when he was doing it when he was at 16,000 subscribers, and now he's almost at 500,000. And he's just taking something that he's good at. He's a high elo jungler, and he explains it in ways that people can understand so they can get better. So that's his shtick, that's his niche, and he's really good at it. You will get more distance if you can make comedic content. If you can make people laugh, just as Boris was saying, then that will take you so much further. Like, for example, when I started doing TLDR patch notes, that was kind of a joke. I did it in like a day, and I was really surprised at how adding memes and shit would would inspire the audience to share my content. So that's something that I stuck with, and that's what people know me for. So it's nice to have found my place on the internet. And after you found your place, you don't want to stick to the same thing. Like, if I had to do League of Legends content forever, I'd probably cut my dick off. Like, I love League of Legends as a game, but I think it's a good thing to be able to spread your wings and go into something else that you like. I love playing like third person adventure games. I'd love to make general videos on that shit, but I have to work my way up towards that and make sure that your audience is coming to your channel for you and not just the game you play. You know, like, I've watched most of Boris's animations, and they have the same type of humor. Like, I don't understand anything about Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't understand the hype about that game at all. But the videos are still entertaining for someone who...
I don't either.
Yeah. The videos, like, if you can make a video entertaining to somebody who doesn't primarily follow that game or subject that you're talking about, then you've made it. So, I wanted to soon open up the floor to people who might have questions about YouTubing and stuff like that. And, you know, we can try and answer any questions that you might have and impart with you some knowledge before you go out into the great wilderness and become cooler than us.
Yeah, shout out to you guys for, there's the Grant Kirkhope Q&A, there's Angry Video Game Nerd doing stuff.
Yeah, you guys chose us over them.
Yeah, the voice actors panel, well, I mean, two right here. This is the voice actors panel. But yeah, shout out to you guys for dropping by.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to say we got the voice actor of Tristana in the audience, Elspeth Eastman right there. Say hi. All right. I told her she should come up here. I'm sorry. I felt really good to do that. So, but League of Legends has enabled me to be able to meet people like Elspeth, and she's a friend of mine, and that feels really good to be able to say. Like, I love YouTube. Meeting internet people is the fucking best, and I never get tired of it. I remember my mom always complaining to me, like, why don't you, like, meet people at school or anything? Or why don't you know more people, like, not on the internet? It's like, because they're not as cool. I don't know what it is. So some of the best friends that I've met are off online, and they become IRL friends, and it doesn't matter what the method is as long as they're friends in the end. That's all that matters. So if anybody has any questions about stuff, don't be afraid. There's nothing off the books or anything, and we'll not make fun of you that much. And, you know, use this knowledge. It's not so often that you get to speak to your YouTuber friends and find out what makes them tick. So we'll start from the left and go to the right here. You, with the glasses. I'll let you take this.
It's the place with the reaction videos and the prank videos and the memes. It's, yeah. And the vlog, yeah.
Some videos, actually, I can't tell the difference between RedTube and YouTube sometimes. So it's a blurring of lines there. Oh my God. Oh my God. Esports. You dirty CLG fan. Get out of here. All right. You have a question? Say that again? Oh, not long at all. I love being on camera. I'm a slut for the camera. If you notice in some of my recent videos, I've tried to get more on-camera work done because I would love to host or just be that personality. And ever since I got braces, like last year at this panel, my teeth were like super jacked up, and now they're looking pretty nice. And so I have more confidence to get in front of the camera. And it took me a long time to get used to hearing my voice and not being completely grossed out by it. If anybody's ever recorded themselves and then they listen back and they're like, oh man, I sound awful. Like, why do people listen to this? And it takes a really long time for some people to get over that. And I was one of them. So just doing it and hearing people say, oh, he's got a cool voice. I would love for him to, you know, shoutcast my funeral or something like that. Just like, this like random shit like that. It definitely gives you confidence. I don't want to shoutcast anyone's funeral. That sounds awful. And So yeah, hearing positive comments like that definitely reinforces the will to keep making content with my face or my voice. So thanks you guys for the positive reinforcement. You with the beard. Yes, you. Oh, you both have beards. Shit. And glasses. All right, let's start with you in the front, and then we'll go to the guy in the back. All right. I actually don't have those. That's probably no, you're normal. I wouldn't say I've met anybody crazy or like I need to call security on. Not yet, and hopefully it stays that way. But if it's a really cute girl, I might reconsider. But no, in all seriousness, I've never had anyone like that. So it's been cool. Have you had any?
I don't have any fans.
That's just not true. That's just not true at all.
People don't know what I look like. In fact, I was walking around. I regret having this shirt on because people don't think I'm Crazy Boris. They think I'm a fan of Crazy Boris. So I'm just like, people are like high-fiving me like, nice shirt. I'm like, thanks. I'm crazy. And then they just like walk off. So yeah, good times. I don't have, listen, if either of us like take off and we're at, ninja sex party levels of facial recognition, we'll look back on these days and be like, thank God, I wasn't mauled in the PC gaming museum.
Yeah, for sure, right? Fun fact, I used to be confused with Sky Williams because apparently only one black person's allowed to do League of Legends content. So I've gotten over that hump, and people actually recognize me. Oh, you're the other black dude who's not as funny, but you're still pretty cool anyway. And I'm like, I'll take what you take what you can get, all right? So, all right. I drink. No, I'm joking. My therapy, I guess, would be I try and keep my eye on the prize, which is eventually I would like to be able to do this and support myself. And yeah, I have a full-time job. I wake up at 6:30 to get to work at 8, and then I leave at 5 and I get home at like 6:30. So the day is fucking gone when I get back home, and I'm like, oh, I still have to make videos, or I still have to hang out with my girlfriend. And before I realize it, it's 11:30 and I'm old and I have to go to bed. I've totally gotten into work late because I was making like TLDR patch notes, and my performance at work has suffered for it. So the motivation, it's just like you need to have something to chase for, otherwise what's the point? Sometimes playing League for me is really a chore. The last fun game I actually played was with my friend Tiffany, Madam Star, if anyone knows who she is. She's in the audience right now. She's right there. You can say hi. Hi. So when I play with her, I'm able to de-stress and like, hey, we can just play a ranked, even though it's a serious game, we can still fuck around and have fun. And to be able to play games for fun, I think a lot of people take that for granted nowadays. It's I have to play League. If I'm playing League, I have to be doing it for work. And if I'm not doing it for work, I'm wasting time. And so I'm trying to stop that. It's really unhealthy for me and my friends, and that's how I deal with it. Yeah, LCS is literally one of the main things that keeps me attached to the game still, and it's really sad. It's just like I'm a regular sports person. Like, I'm not good enough to compete, but I can watch and feel better about myself. It's like, well, who cares how good double lift is? Can he like make steak? I can make an awesome steak. Like fuck double lift. That's how I feel about that. So. So, for me, views used to be like the main thing. It's like for every 1,000 views, you get X amount of dollars depending on the time of the year, or what network you're with, and all that shit. Now it still kind of applies, but instead of, oh man, this video has like 30 million views and a whole bunch of engagement, so we're gonna put this up on the front and it's trending in games. That doesn't really matter that much anymore. It's like long form content that all right, you're done watching this video. I'm going to stay on YouTube and watch another video or watch the same person's videos. And if you can keep that person on the site, then your videos rank higher. So it's like, if you're somebody who releases content, like JonTron, like JonTron has such a following. He's been doing it for like almost like 7, 8 years. He makes one video a month, and every video that he releases gets like 1 million views. But that's like over a long time. It's really hard to make that type of content and have your audience stick around with you. They need content now. They need it like every day, every week. Like, you can't get away with it. That's why cartoonists like Oni, Stamper, it's like they can't rely on YouTube, you know, to make money. They're trying to do stuff like go on TV or contract their work out with other people. I'm actually trying to do the same thing also, like getting into voice acting and trying to get into emceeing and hosting, so my eggs aren't all in one hash, because like YouTube income for me is absolutely god awful. That's the only reason I have sponsorships and stuff. I would love to not be sellout NOLA. Like, I will only like use products that I feel like my audience would really like. That's why I have Crunchyroll, because I'm a weeb, and that's why I have Discord, because I fuck Skype. And if I could not have those be on every video, that would be the dream. But until YouTube wants to pay me money, or I stop being a buster, then that's what has to happen. So, what about you? How's that affected you?
I don't have any. You're my only sponsor. At the end of every, you have been in one of my videos.
Yeah,
I never asked you. I was like, I'm just gonna assume blakinola is okay with
I saw
sneaking him.
Labrizzi was actually telling me, "Hey, Ack, did you know that you're in a Crazy Boris video?" I was like, "What?" And it was in one of his, was it Survival Hunter?
Survival Zombie Craft Z.
Yeah, it was me and Labrizzi we were game developers or some shit. I was like, "Hey, that's me. That's Labrizzi."
Depressed game developers.
Yeah.
Metrics on YouTube. I should be watching minutes watched, but I always just watch the views. All my videos are either 2, maybe 3 minutes long. But yeah, actually, now that you mention it, I guess that's why some videos make more money than others. We're all learning something today.
It's a learning process every day for sure. Actually, you know what would be a better idea? I don't know if that might, if you want to ask a question, just line up over there. Yeah, anyone who wants to ask a question, just line up. You can ask as many questions as you want. This will be better so that I'm not skipping people or being biased or anything like that. So yeah,
I'm viable. Because I played him and I didn't do well, so clearly Skarner's just shit. He's ergot levels, he's Galio, he's down there. Listen, when I say bad champions, I mean champions I'm bad at. As the most average, mediocre League of Legends player, I sort of set the standard. Tell us.
What the Fast is a gamers public network that allows you to lower your ping. I hate you. Go away. That was a bad part in my life that I don't want to revisit. Fun fact, What the Fast actually did work for some people, but very few. It's like, for a lot of people now, League of Legends should work pretty well unless you're in Japan trying to play on NA or something like that. The internet's a very complicated place. It's not just point A to point B. There are things called hops in which packets travel, packets get dropped, data loss happens, all that shit. But you're not here for a computer lesson. All I know is that it worked for some people, didn't work for a lot of people, not sponsored with them anymore. It's in the past. If anybody brings it up again, I'm going to RKO them. So, thanks for your question. Ooh.
Oh, well, that's true, but you're the only person.
I recognized you.
Okay, you two are the only people. Also, when I stood on top of the Washington Monument, it was like, I'm Crazy Boris! I guess a few other people recognized me. But
Sony Vegas is the only editing program you need. If I can edit in Sony Vegas, a baby could edit in Sony Vegas. It is the easiest program, and if you can't edit in Sony Vegas, you should just give up on life. It's really easy, and I'm pretty bad at editing. like you can just drag, like literally drag and drop clips, and then if you want to crossfade them, make them touch each other. That's it. It's simple as that. So yeah, Sony Vegas is a very good intro program. Don't use Windows Movie Maker. You can do better than that. But I mean, use what you have. Like I started out editing with iMovie way back in the day before I started doing League of Legends videos, and then I realized, man, I'm like holding myself back. So I built myself a Windows computer, and I started dabbling with Windows Movie Maker, and then I elevated to Sony Vegas, and that's what I've been using for the past 3 years now.
Yeah, fuck Max. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the fuck Max panel.
Thanks,
Thank you,
man.
Vi.
So that network is called MCN, multi-channel network. Those are literally how YouTube runs. They get a whole bunch of channels, aggregate their views and all their stats and everything. And they use their stats to advertise to ad agencies. Say, hey, we put all your ads on our videos, and you can make this much money. So the thing with Machinima, which was really bad for a really, really long time, they had people like Dunkey and recently Ross Boomsocks, who might have heard of that. And they tried to get them in. He'll be free next year. So they tried to get him in like perpetual contracts and stuff like that. And what a lot of people don't realize is that contracts it's a legally binding thing. So my very first network was Broadband Media. They tried to get me a contract for 5 years, and I had just started YouTube. I was getting like 1,000 views a month, and they're so successful because they just get the bottom feeders. You know, they'll take anybody with a pulse. They'll lock you in so you can't do anything. You know, whatever money that you make, they take a portion of that. And if you're a really small YouTuber, it's easy to get locked into that and get fucked. Like I was lucky enough to get out. Then I was with Curse. Curse was pretty good, no contract lock-in. So I think for anyone starting out, Curse would be a good place to start. I used to be with Machinima. I ended my contract with them, and I'm now with Screenwave Media, which is a local MCN. They're like 20 minutes from my house. And they're really great because I'm able to talk to like my account manager. I can Skype with him. I could visit the office and like hang out with them. I don't make as much money as I would with Machinima, but I don't really care about the money that much. It's more about the creator support, and it's hooked me up with a bunch of amazing stuff, and I think that's a lot better than being with a big network. Because if you're with a big network, like you have to be, if you want to be noticed, you have to be like a super big YouTuber. I'm talking like Dunkey level or KSI or any of the sidemen, like, and they'll bend over backwards for you. But anything under that, you're just like another cog in the machine. Mm-hmm. No, you don't have to be part of a network, but Google AdSense like doesn't pay jack shit. So you want to link up with a network once you start getting a relevant amount of views. Yeah. No problem, thank you. Hello. That's awesome. Look at that. Yo, who made that? Do you make any other champions? Ooh. If you tweet me your store, I'll like tweet it out to her. Make a store. Listen to your friend. That's like you have actual talent. Look at that. I'll buy that right now. Name your price. Not enough. I would say so for like my last video when I did Jin is Amazing, I like recorded that all day. So maybe like 5 or 6 hours of just talking in front of a camera so I could have enough takes. And then editing took like another 5 or 6 hours post-processing. It really depends on the video. There's not really a set metric. Gameplay videos are the easiest because it's literally just you play a 40-minute game, you cut that shit up into 6 minutes, add memes, that's it. It works for some people, it doesn't work. I actually have an editor for my gameplay videos. I've stopped editing them because I'm just awful at editing them. I'd rather work on my like vlog type videos, but it takes him maybe 4 or 5 hours of editing. So it really depends on what you're trying to go for with a champion or an idea. What about you? Animation.
I animate in bursts. So when I finish an animation, I'll just take like 3 to 4, maybe an entire week off and just play Fallout 4 in my underwear. But when I'm actually in animation mode, if I can wake up early, which my life is a constant battle with sleep, but if I can wake up early, I'll just animate all day. It's really not that bad because I have like 2 monitors, animation monitor, and just the anime and Let's Play channel monitor. So I could just zone out and just animate on my mouse for like the entire day, 10 hours I'd say, 10 to 11 hours with Chipotle breaks. Very necessary for animation. Aspiring animators, Chipotle. That's my next sponsor. But yeah, it's a pain in the ass. I tried. And at the beginning when I started doing it full time, I was doing like 8-hour days. I'd like get in, work casual clothing, and I'd make 1 animation a week, working 8-hour days, and they're awful. They were fucking awful. So I just started animating as I see fit, and it's working out pretty well.
Thank you.
Yeah. My friend's looking at me right now like, yeah, you don't drink. What are you gonna say? Why? A cider? It is cider, unfortunately. But yeah, I just can't handle the taste of like beer and vodka. I'm always a designated driver, guys. That's all right. No, I know. I designated drove you back to your hotel room. I woke up with this party hat on my head. Yeah, bring that shit over.
Drunk Ninja, everybody. Give it up for the Drunk Ninja. Oh, I get a hug too. Yay. Equality. Yeah, all right.
You may not see it. He has a GoPro on his head.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he can record every drunk hug.
My birthday was last week. Oh. A buddy of mine was like, you have to go to MAGFest, so he gave me money to go.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
Just wonder how the world works. I don't think it's recording.
Yeah, it's going.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything you want us to say for your video or anything?
OPZ, only pick Zillion.
He's my main mid-support top.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for your question,
Thanks,
Drunk
man.
Ninja. See you later, man. Hey. Yes. Sometimes when I'm done streaming to my like 5 viewers, I'll see if any of my friends are streaming, and if they are, I'll host them. I usually host like the Yordles because I stream at like really awkward times and like the end of the day, like when nobody's watching. All the pros are streaming, but I've hosted Elspeth. I've hosted my friend Tiffany, Cresta Star, the Yordles, anyone on Team 2G who might be streaming. It just depends on who's streaming. Hosting like offline doesn't really do anything because nobody's watching when you're not watching. So I'll try and like let everybody know, hey, don't go yet. I can hand you off to a cool streamer. And so if my friends are streaming, I'll just pass them off and keep the love going. That's how you help out your friends. So yeah, dude. I would totally, yeah. Just make sure you're streaming when I'm streaming, and I will tell people about it. So good luck with that. It may not be like a good time, but we'll work it out. All right, Drew.
Burger Pants.
What's up? A gift?
That's all right. Yeah.
Just remember the good times, right?
No one.
Oh, man, this is from last year. There's a blurry, awkward hug photo here. Look at this. This is awesome. I'm going to cherish this forever. Look at this shit.
At least like 5 minutes making it. So
That's more time than people spend on me in general. Here, bring it in, man. Thank you very much. I love getting gifts. I'm gonna mount this next to my computer to always remind me where I came from, where I started. So, hi. I wish that I was an attractive female. It would have gotten me a lot farther. But no, it doesn't work right. I think so. It's good to have an initial draw. So there's a reason why people watch people on Twitch or watch people on YouTube. The initial draw could be you're very attractive, boobs, high level of gameplay.
All three, my
Yeah.
channel.
And and it's one thing to have people come to your channel, but it's another thing to have them return. It's no use to you if somebody watches you once and then they never hear from you again. So, it's all about personality in the end, unless you hide your face. Like Gosu, for the longest time, we didn't know what Gosu was. Now that we know who he is, there's a bit more of appeal, that mysterious factor. Especially when he showed his face, I was like, oh, he's an Indian dude. That's pretty cool. I thought it was just another Asian dude playing video games. But so like, you have to. It's honestly, it's personality. Some of my favorite streamers on Twitch, I only watch because like I don't give a shit if you can play the game really well. I'm there to have a good time. So that's why I watch Elspeth Eastman stream. She used to stream just League, but she streams literally like everything else, and the way she treats her community is really awesome. Same thing with Cressastar, any of the streamers that I follow, like small, tight-knit communities. So if you can make that safe haven for your viewers, make them feel like they have a connection to you, it might be slow, and it's definitely slow for me, but the end result is worth all it's the best feeling. So that's my advice. So like, what type of content do you want to make? Do you want to do YouTube streaming? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. So with gameplay, it's really, if you type in gameplay, League of Legends, there are going to be thousands of results, and it's going to be hard for new viewers to see it. Even I don't rank up there that high. So you just got to go in and have fun with it. And someone might notice your video, like I watch your video, like, oh shit, this person's really funny, and I like your video. And then other people see that, and that's how it starts. So just have fun with it. Take the community you already have and open up that other side that you want them to see, and it'll happen. It just takes time. Yeah, no problem. Hello. First question, Jin. I'm obsessed with Jin. So much that I made a video on him. I've never played a champion and felt a connection so much. I know that sounds kind of weird, but that's how I felt about it. If I was a serial killer, which I don't want to be, disclaimer, don't want to kill anybody, it would be Jin style. Like, yeah.
I like how you said, I don't want to be. Not saying that I'm not, I just don't want to be a serial killer.
Okay,
Let's just say,
so I know it's being recorded and people might twist words and
there
stuff.
were more people in that hotel room you stayed at last night than when we woke up.
Sounds like their problem. Well, I'm wrong. But yeah.
I'll make you beautiful.
Exactly. Yeah, Jin, his VO, his appearance, his nuances with other champions, it's the best. Stuff that gets more attention than it deserves, like Teemo hate, like, who gives a shit about Teemo? He's so awful. Like, I don't know. He's like the champion to hate League of Legends. I don't know why people spend so much time hating on him. He's not that bad. So.
Yeah, Teemo is the devil memes. Out. Yeah. New memes, hot new memes. Give me one.
Lucian is black.
Oh, in.
Edgy, yeah. I mean, he is. That's fuck.
Yeah. Brom Randy Orton,
Yeah.
Kog'Maw Machine Gun. I think those are the big three
Yeah.
right now. So, meme update.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was the second part of the question? I forget. Yeah, I generally, when I make animations, when I want to make comedy, I avoid doing jokes about game mechanics. I'm sure I've made a few, but as far as like League of Legends and like pings are appearing and like hitting people in the face, I shouldn't say that because that's an actual joke someone made. I try not to make fun of game mechanics because that, as a joke, has mostly been done already, so it's sort of worn off, but it's a very easy and sort joke to make. If you could pull it off, which I'm sure people have, more power to you, but the thing that draws me is definitely the characters and the backgrounds and them interacting with each other. Like when Echo first came out, and I guess that ties in with your first question. When Echo first came out, I was like, this guy can screw with time. Zillion can screw with time. I got this. I high-fived myself and went to work. But yeah, just the characters and the lore.
Thanks, man. Fuck the League of Legends subreddit. That's how I feel. So I really shouldn't say that. I have a love-hate relationship with the subreddit because that's actually how I got started. That's how I started gaining relevance. And it was in a time before esports was like super popular. Now on the subreddit, it's like esports and shit posts. I mean, there's always shit posts on League of Legends subreddit, but people are really invested in esports. I personally, yeah, and there's shit posts about esports, so it makes it really hard for content to kind of rise there. Also, I had like a little snafu with Richard Lewis. He said a whole bunch of awful things about me. They're not true, but the hive mind mentality on communities such as that is super strong. The thing about Reddit is that when you submit a new post, it only takes a few people to downvote it so that it never sees the light of day. And so I'm not really like well liked or respected, but I don't really care anymore. I mean, my time with Reddit has passed, and it's still a good tool for new creators to use to get that exposure because it can be really hard to get started. That's how Sky got started on League of Legends. Same thing with Uber Danger. Same thing with Peace Pigeon. And you don't want to rely on it, but don't want to ignore it. Some people only check Reddit front page as if content doesn't exist anywhere else on the fucking internet. I don't know why, but I've learned to hold that L and just move on. And if my content appears on it and people like it, that's cool. If they don't like it, that's cool. I don't lose any sleep over it anymore.
Yeah, I don't have any problems with it, to be honest. I mean, whenever I make a video, that usually ends up in there, and it's fine. For me personally, it's almost expected that like esports stuff is going to be, up there. If my video does well, it's going to be like buried amongst the esports stuff. But it'll still. I feel like there's still a good amount of people that go for either both, or some just like can skip over the esports. Because isn't it all like it's all spoilered, isn't it? Or
Yeah, a bunch of spoiler stuff, but like literally, if your content doesn't exist on page 1 or 2, it's like it never was on there.
Yeah, more or less.
So, but like his animations always get front page because they're really good. They're entertaining. People like that shit, and so I think he deserves to be on there. But other people, not so lucky. So it is what it is. Thanks, man.
Lulu.
Oh my God, I love your cosplay. That's not on. That's okay. It depends on what it is. So are you talking like companies reaching out to you to like do stuff, or are you talking about no like? Right. Yeah. Same shit. So, so I mean, that's literally like how most YouTubers. I mean, you need to get with an MCN, with a YouTube network to start making money because they sell ads that are worth more money there. So there are companies that will try and all right, we want 40% of your revenue because the way revenue works on YouTube is all right. You start with 100%, right? Your video makes $1,000. I wish. Google takes 45% of that. That's their cut before anybody else sees a dollar because you're using their platform. Those are the rules. So you're already down 45%. Then comes the split between you and your network. For most contracts, it's like the absolute lowest is like 60-40, which is not very good. So and they're not really doing anything. They're just saying, hey, we just want to take your money. Yeah. So as you get more views, you can argue a higher percentage. You should always try and go for at least 85-15 or 90-20. There are some YouTubers I know that have done 100-0 because the network will take a loss because they're bringing still so much traffic to the YouTube network. I've never had that partnership before, but I'd like to do that one day. So right now I'm at like it's at like I like 85%. I don't mind sharing that. No, don't take it. Give them a big fuck you and move on. Yeah, don't do that. You can do better than that. Yeah.
I'm currently no networked because I don't trust people who email me and they're like, give us your password, we'll make thumbnails for you. I'm not going to bother with that. I just take the AdSense and like, fine, whatever. I just have to work out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you should just do your own thing. When you start getting the views necessary to like partner with higher networks, they'll come to you. And if you ever have a question about networks, you can send me an email, and I'll be happy to answer your question. No problem.
Hug Ninja.
Drunk Ninja returns.
Hug Ninja. Oh, yeah.
Shaco. That sucks. I mean, whenever your upload schedule is, you just want to make sure it's consistent. I mean, if you can make a video every 2 weeks, and if your community is okay with that, that's fine. I used to do 3 videos a week. Then I got down to 2 and went back up to 3, and now it's like 1 video. Like at least I try for at least 1 video a week. So just whatever you end up making at whatever interval, just make sure you try your best. Hi. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm.
Blue Yeti.
Yeah, Blue Yeti is pretty good.
It's like $50 and you get, I'm still like learning the specifics, but it's really good quality. Like that's what I use for my voice acting. It's such a good microphone. Oh my God.
I think the other thing is when your voice recording, your mic won't matter for shit unless your recording like environment is up to snuff. I mean, if you record in an underground cave, it's going to sound like ass. Like you want to make sure that there's no echo, there's dampening, and then you'll sound very nice. You can get away with having a shittier mic.
What I did, I made a tiny sound booth just for the microphone. I had like a cardboard box, and I padded it with like, I guess it's like mattress foam on the sides, and it's just like this big. And if as long as you turn down the I guess reverb.
The gain?
Yeah, the gain. If you turn that down all the way and just like put your face right up to it, and just whenever you make a sound, so that doesn't happen, you kind of turn your head, and it's working fine for me.
And then for like recording equipment, that's software that you would download. So if you're playing games on your PC, you'd want to download software like Bandicam or Fraps or DX Story or Shadowplay. If you want to console stuff, you'd need an external card. So there's the Elgato, there's the Hapwaj, and they're like $150. Yeah, no problem.
Rick.
Oh, hi Rick.
Me and two of my friends are going to brunch later. Would you like to come?
Definitely, maybe. I'll think about it. All right. I'm so hungry.
I'm not invited.
Yeah. You want to come get food?
Well, now I don't want to. I'm leaving after this. Okay.
All right. See you at brunch.
I'll see you at brunch.
What's up, Hunter?
I don't know if maybe people have asked this before, but like, I follow the whole fine group bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
This is like people on YouTube. How do you react to that?
Don't say react.
Don't. They're on our way to respond. There you go. On one side, I can see their intentions, like they wanted to protect their brand, but they were going about it in a really shitty way. Like you can't copyright the art of reacting to shit. It's not like a unique thing, and I think they're really scummy. And the one fine brother looks like he's constantly on drugs, so it's really easy to make fun of them. The dude with the beanie, I was like, dude, it's lit right now. I don't know what he's on. But I'm jealous of that. So yeah, it's really important. Like, I think it's good that you want to protect your brand, and I think competition is good. Like, it'd be like me trying to say that nobody else can summarize changes to a game because I invented that. Like, I didn't. You know, anybody can do whatever they want, and competition should make you strive to make better content.
I've copyrighted Zillion. I stole it from Riot Games when they weren't looking.
Mm-hmm. No. That's sick.
I know, right? I don't even remember what his real dance is because this one's way freaking better.
Who made that? I think I know who made that.
Really?
I think it's Chibin that made that.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit him up. No problem.
Round 3. Fight.
Oh wow. Well, congratulations, I guess. You recorded the game?
On your GoPro?
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right.
That's better than I've ever done with Jin.
I've never done that well with Jin.
I've never played Jin.
He's really fun.
Not even once.
I mean, he did go 15-0. It was 15 hours ago. I don't know how you did that when you were drunk, but life works in mysterious ways, I guess. All right, we got time for these last two. They're going to be the last. Uh-huh. Yep. So the purpose of teams on Twitch, they're kind of cosmetic for a lot of people, but Team 2G was like the biggest Twitch channel. And it's kind of like, think of it like a multi-channel network for Twitch. You can use your streamer stats to secure sponsorship deals with computer companies and all that stuff. And we did stuff with HyperX that I wouldn't have been able to do by myself, CyberPower PC, and otherwise, like unless your team has a whole bunch of streamers that stream consistently, there's not really any other point to being part of a team other than it being purely cosmetic. You can click on the team's link to see other people who are doing anything, but it's just cosmetic. Yeah. All right, our last question of the day. Skin Spotlights is the best one. Tom Kench is actually how I got to Silver 1, like last season. He's super overpowered, and every time I play against him, I literally want to punch a baby. Like, I don't like going through 2 health bars to kill a champion. I don't think it's fair that he can not build any damage and still kill an AD carry or a tank. Daniel Z. Klein, me and him have to have some words. I used to like him a lot, but playing against him, I would sooner die in the street. I can't stand Tom Kench. He's the worst. So that's how I feel about him. Yeah, support. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. Thanks very much for coming out to the panel. I really appreciate it. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here with us, and I appreciate that. You guys hopefully enjoy the rest of your MAGFest. I want to take like a group photo, if that's okay with you guys. So we're gonna gather on down to the middle, and we'll take a picture with me and Crazy Boris, so that we have evidence that people did come out, and we didn't pay anybody to come out here. Yeah.